Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, we're painting again, and I've still got it's been a day since I attacked the car painting. Oh, what a challenge. It's good though. It's good to do paintings that are hard for you because it makes you a bit of a better artist. Well, that's what I'm telling myself. And this is my palette that I've left. Usually I would wash all this off and clean the palette and reapply colours, because if you just put it under the tap and use your brush to wash it away, and you've got your paints going again like that, and then you'd run it under a cold tap and it's all gone. I thought to myself, what if I do a painting with what's left from not yesterday, day before's paints? I can always add more white because I've noticed I've certainly used that. So let's have a go, and I'll just, because the colours that are here, they're just ultramarine blue, black, white, bit of brownish colour there. But I'm thinking, if I use mostly blues and then have something with a little colour, it should look pretty good. Let's just, let's have a go at something. Be a bit of an exploration. So I'm going to pick up a bit of a bluey car blue. I'll call it a car blue painting. There we go. Let's get some of this blue. Throw that in there. Quite watery. I'm using a different pad. I filled my other sketchbook up. This is another one, and it kind of behaves a little bit different. I noticed that the water sort of is on the surface a bit more than the other one. The other one tended to soak in almost instantly, so that's interesting. They're all different, all the paper's slightly different, you see. Just putting in some white shapes as well into this blue. Okay. Right, so what I'm thinking like, what shall I do? I might use some blue. If I use some darker blue, then I could put in some trees in the backdrop. The backdrop. It's like I'm painting a movie scene, isn't it? Backdrop. Wouldn't it be great to do like speaking of backdrops, must have been great to do like the original backgrounds for Disney paintings and things. I love the old like backgrounds, like Pinocchio and Bambi. I think they're amazing. So all this background, just using shapes. Something like that. Let that dry. I think we'll go for some. I'm going to go for some water. I want my water. So I'll go there. while that's still wet, I can put some white in it. Something like that, and then we can use, since we've got that kind of light in the water, we can use this in the sky as well. This painting is very loose. we're experimenting. We're looking for something. We've got a basic idea. I've got a basic idea. There's this place where I went and I saw all these different birds, and it was actually when I took my car in for a brake check. We won't talk about that again. But yeah, I went to this area and it looked really interesting. And so this is basically part of the walk to where I was going. This is what it had a look of, I should say. Wasn't an exact. This isn't an exact replica of it. Just using it as an idea. Might put a bit of green in now. I'm surprised at the way the paint holds on the top. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm so used to my previous sketchbook now. But saying that, I've used this quite a few times when, well, this type of paper a few times before. It's just, I'm so used to the other one. This is a bit of a shocker. Throwing a little bit of black in there, a bit of a bridge here. Well done. Good job. A bit more green here and there. Forgot I was filming for a second then. A bit of yellow ochre and into this blue, and we can make some green in with our blue. Gonna change brushes. Gonna throw a little bit more brown I've got here into the mix. Gonna change the flavour of this. Gonna throw some red in as well. I just threw a little bit of red in, a reddish colour as well. Gonna change the flavour of some areas. Bit of yellow ochre, bit of blue. Bit more brown. Just scrape this in. Certain brushes, like this brush, because it's a bit battered, well used, you can scrape stuff in and get different effects. Old brushes. I used to wonder why artists said they liked their old brushes, but sometimes the old brush can do a nice job. Do a nice job for you. You can throw in some water into your paint to reactivate the paint underneath. Yeah, I'm quite liking that actually now. It's got a bit of subtlety to it. Different colours. Yellow. I'm just throwing in some darks. A bit of yellow, a bit of black. Because we're still really just doing a base for the painting. The bridge, underside of the bridge there. A bit more brown in it. Just pulling the paint inwards. Don't want it to be one colour, so I just broke it up there. This is a nice place to go walk. You always get a very thin area, dark area under the bridge where the light's not making it, but you have to be careful with that because you can overdo it. I know that because I've done it. And the underside of the bridge as well. Don't forget that your camera will make it look black, but you can add colour into it. You can pick up a little bit of blue and throw that in there as reflected light on the bridge underside. You don't have to do it like your camera. Remember, as a painter, we can put colours in that aren't there. And we should. If we want. If that's what you want to do, you should. Sometimes it's a little bit better than reality in your eyes. Maybe not in other people's eyes, because we're all different, aren't we? We all look at paintings and maybe we don't like what someone's done, and but maybe we do something a little bit different, and we come to love what we're doing. I've got to say, I'm really enjoying myself at the moment with my painting. I'm probably at the... I'm enjoying it the most, probably ever. and the reason is, I've practiced colour so much that I feel like I can use it a bit better. And I've got a bit more confidence in myself as a painter. And it makes me enjoy it more. Because I'm not stressing out and telling myself that I can't do this, can't do that. It's funny, isn't it? Why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we beat ourselves up? I don't know. Always wanting to be better, and then when your paintings are staying the same sort of skill, you start getting annoyed. But really, you are improving, because it's these small improvements all the time, and you don't realise. I find that really weird. Weird that the mind, how to battle with your mind that's telling you all the time, oh, that's no good, that's no good. I make myself laugh, actually, when I think about things. I just think about, like, if you enjoy yourself, just enjoy yourself painting, and just keep doing it, and you're just automatically going to get better, aren't you? You can't not get better. It's impossible. If you're enjoying it, and you're painting and painting and painting, you're just going to get better. There's no there's no secret to art, is there? There's no video that you can make and go, this will make you the best painter in the world. Because every painter that I've ever spoke to or ever seen in a museum. Well, that's impossible, because you can't see them in the museum, can you? But every painter that I've read about on their little plaques in the museum, they all practice, and then practice some more. And you can see that by looking at Turner's sketchbooks. Tons and tons of sketches of everything you can think of, all done in different ways, and ideas, and different thoughts, different scenery, different lighting. Turner used to paint different lights. The light it in the moonlight or in the daylight, paint it again. Monet obviously learnt from Turner as well to do stuff like that. I know the Impressionists, they learnt a lot from the likes of Constable and Turner. Here's me name dropping Turner again. I'm a fan. You know, when I didn't know anything about Turner, I just thought, oh, he's one of these modern art type people. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because I saw the Turner Prize, and I thought, oh no. I'm not saying I don't like modern art, but I did go through a stage of not liking it. I don't mind it now. I've got a bit more of an open mind to different ways of creating art, but I did used to think it was rubbish. It's one of those things, you change your mind, don't you, in time. Now I quite like the idea of doing an abstract, because really, when you break a painting down to its minimum, that's what it is, isn't it? It's the sort of thing I didn't understand before. I might do an abstract. It makes me think now. Bit of light there. Look at these scrawly brush strokes. Bit of light. So when you're doing your painting, if you're making something up, or you've got a picture and you're just using it as a rough reference, then that's good as well. You could just stick a picture up and use it as rough reference. That's what I call it, rough reference. But you do your own thing. You just go in, oh well, there's a tree, there's a bridge. Like for instance, like this one. You go, oh well, I'm gonna have a tree, I'm gonna have a bridge, a bit like a place that I know. I'll take a rough picture on my phone of the place, and then use it as rough reference. But I'm gonna do what I like. I'm not necessarily gonna do it exactly like reality. I'm gonna use my own artistic freedom for colour and light and shape. I'm gonna get a bit of green. I might put a little. It looks a bit bland there, and it's a bit rubbish actually, because there's a gate there, and it's got some awful poles. Ugly thing, because they've stopped people going through. So I might put in a rail, an old rail instead. I might leave it at that. Really rough. Yes. Do I put leaves on that tree? I think I might, might do. Just a few. Just so it sort of sticks out a bit. Get a little bit of dark as well in amongst it. In the bark as well. I'll have that tree rooting there. I'll have it rooting right in there. Beautiful. Whoops. Just washed the carpet there. Oopsie daisy. Get some more stuff going on here. Just quite rough with my brush. You can sort of just flicking it around. If it's a dry brush, some of the colour will come off. My colour is so dirty on this palette. Look at this. I'm trying to get some clean green. It's impossible. I want some yellow in it. I suppose it'll work better that it isn't, especially with the colour scheme going on in this. I love this quite broken. I like that colour coming through. I don't want to fill that up. And then we can have some of this on this side as well. And I want a bit of darker colour down this edge. I want a bit of darkness. Probably want more than that. Probably a bit more brown in it, a bit more brown in it. Get some of this in the water as well, actually. That's quite nice. It's funny, this is drying really nice. This is weird. This weird stuff is paper, isn't it? How can this paper dry really nice and smooth? Really loving it. Loving the way this dries on this paper. We'll see how this goes, this sketchbook. I've got another one of the other ones, I think. And then I'll have to buy another sketchbook. See what happens. I've got this idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scan my sketchbook and I'm going to make a book out of it, just a book of sketches. Put it on Amazon if anyone wants to have a look through my sketchbook. Because I saw another artist had done it and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I might do that. I might get some interest. A couple of downloads, a couple of purchases of the book. I can get a couple more tubes of paint, so it all helps, doesn't it? All helps the channel. Got to think outside the box sometimes. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. So where are we at? We're spending too much time on this side and making it all look awesome. That side's looking a bit bland. So we need a bit more. I could put a little bird in, couldn't I? Need a bit more movement in this side. I like that little bit of white. This kind of balances out because there's the white tree there, but there's a bit of white there. Kind of balances. Might get some yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. Got that. Some line. With a redder colour in amongst it. Because we've got red colours over there, we need to really put it in the rest of our painting to balance things. Well done. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just saying how good I am. Building myself up. Saying, oh yes, brilliant. Yeah, you know what you're doing. Brilliant. Good work. There we go. There's that bush. Needed a bit more to it, didn't it? There we go. A little bit of dark. And then what I might do is finish off with just a hint of light just hitting this one side of the hits there, and some of the grass is lighting up. It's hitting this side as well, and the light is coming over there. And I could always lighten up maybe some of these leaves. Little bits. Yeah, quite like that. These little effects. I wonder if the bridge would have a bit of light hitting it here. Bit of green. It's quite dry, the brush is, so it's just going to pull some of it off. Bit of colour on there. And then what I'm thinking, I'm going to get a tiny bit of a light colour. I'm going to do an indication of a few. Tree indications. Now that will kind of fade a little bit, so that's alright. We're happy with that. Now I'm going to get a little bit of black. Put this little bird in here. There's a bird there. Put a little black there. There we go. And down the side here, actually, I saw loads of little birds, but funny, when you take the photo, you don't see any. I was trying to take a photo of this egret, but I never did. Didn't get a chance to. Maybe we'll put a little one there. That's one of the cormorants that flew off. There's something else I could do, actually. Now I've got this little brush on the go. I could put some little indications of that growing in there. You do get that where it sort of grows into the water in places. Got a real dark bit just there. Put that in. And I think for this fun little painting, I think I'm going to call it finished. I've enjoyed painting this and playing with the colours that I had left, because I never do that. I don't. I always clean the palette and start again, but I've saved some paint here and managed to get something quite nice. Quite enjoyed it. Do I do any more, or do I say that'll do? I think the only thing that I can see, me personally, it's just me, is I can see is the sky. Trying to get some cleanish blue. It ain't working out though. I might leave it. I was thinking of lightening up the sky, but I'm thinking it doesn't really need to be, does it? I think it's good enough. I'm gonna leave it. So that'll do me. The only thing I can see that I could do is have a little bit of light sort of hitting the wet spots. There. Use my finger just to tap it away a bit because I don't want it to be so bright or anything like that. There we go. It's just a very small indication there. It'll fade a little bit as it dries. I think we're there. I think I'm going to call that one finished. I was going to put something here maybe. That'll do. That'll do. So yeah, there's a interesting landscape. It's a creation out of my head using a real place, just completely changed. But you can have fun with these sort of things and make them up, and you can add lighting, because you could say you could put the sun out and the sun could be hitting this one side and you could have light going shoo, or the sun could be right at the top of this tree and lighting this top of this tree up. And you can do all kinds of things with light. It's a good thing to play around with, or you can make it a bit sort of overcast looking and just pull out a few colours. You can do all kinds of things and have fun experimenting with your paints. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.